Thank you once again, Fink. I just love the way you say gallows. Every time. Gets a reaction out of me. Hello, Hoots. Welcome to Talkin' Shop. It is your producer, Hoot Rocky Asuko Romero, a.k.a. Sleepy Hoot, a.k.a. Little Hoot. And this week's Talkin' Shop is another great episode from the Machine Gun series where he's going back to his roots and interviewing some of the people that have been influential in his career, especially early on in the Cincinnati, Ohio area that he's from and where he came up at. So it's kind of cool to get a little perspective on how Machine Gun got started, because obviously he is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I mean, he really is one of the best workers I've ever seen. Smooth as hell in the ring, can bump, can sell, can everything that he does is crisp and phenomenal on the mic, obviously. And he's actually one of my favorites to watch and one of my favorites to wrestle. So, and he's one of my best friends. So it's pretty cool to hear some of the stories that they talk about. Today's guest is an NWF legend. He's a very well-known guy. He helped Machine Gun out a lot in his early days there in Cincinnati. Mr. Kirk Sheppard. And, guys, please check him out and support the indie projects that he's got going and all the different stuff, because he's a good dude. He's very knowledgeable about the business. And, he's one of Machine Gun's longtime friends. So without further ado, Hoots, real quick, check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Rocky Romero. ProWrestlingTees.com/BigLG. ProWrestlingTees.com/MachineGunKA. We've got some cool Talkin' Shop shirts on there. We're also going to be looking to add a couple more in the next couple weeks. So, give us a holler on there, get a shirt, and, take a picture with it, post it up on our Twitters, and we'll retweet it and stuff. And, thank you guys for all the support. It's 2015. I can't believe we're, I think we're 29 episodes in. This would be the 29th or the 30th, so this is crazy. When we started this last year, we didn't know what it was going to be. We didn't think anybody was going to listen, and it's been a hell of a ride. And, thank you for listening to the #worst podcast ever. We appreciate it, Hoots. So real quick, when Machine Gun recorded this was right after the holidays, I think right between the time of the New Year and us going over for the Tokyo Dome. So if he talks about the holidays, just roll with the punches on that one. Okay. All right, without further ado, here it is, Talkin' Shop episode 30 with Mr. Kirk Sheppard. Take your pantskis off, crack open a beer, and let's talk some shop.
Hey, Talkin' Shop fans, we are back live. It's a very interesting week this week. Hope everybody had happy holidays. Hope everybody had motherfucking great New Year's. I gotta watch my language here because there's little boys running around. But hope everybody had good holidays and whatnot. But real special Talkin' Shop. This is the first Talkin' Shop taking place not from Japan. I'm not in Osaka. I'm not in Tokyo. I'm not in Nagoya. I'm not in Fukuoka. I'm not in Narita Airport getting ready to fly home. I am in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm in my basement. I'm in the palace. And I'm sitting here with a special guest. What's that, boy? That's right. That's one of the boys. That's the boy that broke my Ninja Turtle. Hey, remember you broke my TV with a Ninja Turtle sword, boy? Yeah, that's right.
But Caden did that.
Caden did that?
No, Cesar did.
Well, who did it?
No, Caden.
Hey, who broke my TV with a Ninja Turtle? Look at me. Look at you. Look at me with your little beady eyes. Ain't nobody telling the truth up in here. Anyway, go on, boys. Hey, I'm sitting here with a real special guest. Let's get back on track. I got Kirk Sheppard.
Did you forget my name?
Sitting here with me right now. Yeah, I
You
did.
paused like you didn't know my name.
Well, I was trying to turn on look. Our recording.
It doesn't matter.
Things that
I
we
got
use.
a bone to pick with you, actually. I've been listening to this ridiculous podcast. You were not trained this way. I was there from the beginning, and whatever this is that you're doing, all this adult language, we're family friendly where you came from.
I need a cold beer on that note.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of like embarrassed a little bit about where you've ended up personality-wise here.
Welcome to Talking Shop.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
What's up, buddy? That's fine. Go wrestle. I got an interview to take care of. But on a serious note, Kirk Sheppard helped me back when I first started wrestling in 2000. I quit college, as everybody knows, and I moved. Oh, by the way, this is Karl Anderson.
That was a great choice.
This is Karl Anderson, by the way.
Quitting college.
Yeah, of course it was. I quit college in 2000, and I moved up to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I started training with the HWA. That was with Les Thatcher. I saw his show on MTV, How to Be a True Life, How to Be a Pro Wrestler. And when I started there, Kirk Sheppard was working there at that point, right?
I was.
And that's where I met him. How did you get your start in the business, good fellow?
Well, I was a fan all my life, and the Brian Pillman Memorial Show was taking place in Cincinnati in 1998 was the first one of those. And I went to that show. And
was that like a super? Would that be like considered a super indie show?
It was a super card at that point. The first one wasn't as big, but they did have Sonny, and Steve Austin was there. It was in middle school and a high school, or a middle school gym.
Stone Cold.
And Stone Cold was there for autographs and pictures and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah!
And Sonny and gosh,
was it sold out?
It was sold out, and I was in the front row, and I believe that Kirk the Great ended up in my lap when he did a dive and missed his target.
Tarek the Great, that's a name from the past.
Yeah, so I did that, went to that show, and then I went again the next year, which was much bigger at the Cincinnati Gardens, and that was a much bigger show, had a lot more stars on it, and I figured out that the HWA was running monthly shows at the Hamilton National Guard Armory and in Blanchester, Ohio, these little towns, and I started following them and just kind of fell in love with it, and a friend of mine and I were making a website because theirs wasn't any good. So we called it HWA Unofficial.
I remember that.
And Shark Boy saw it, liked it, and asked us to come do the official one. So that's how it started.
Was Shark Boy trying to get you to mark out for him?
We already were. We were pretty excited when he called us. My friend Eric Bannister and I. And
is that why he stole my voice?
Well, probably. He's all about whatever's going to make him a dollar, I think. So.
I think he's like all of us.
Yeah. Don't blame him for that.
Shark Boy was the first guy I ever met in professional wrestling. When I drove to the HWA building, right? Yeah. I drove by the building 4 times because I was nervous as hell to go in.
Did you find it? Because it was.
I found it. I saw it, and I went.
Did you come to the new building or the old building?
Well, when I went and visited it the first time, I saw the old building, the one that was on MTV.
It was a garage, basically.
Yeah, it was a garage, but it wasn't like run down or anything.
No. It just was tiny.
But when I started actually training, it was at the new place.
Okay.
And that was an amazing place.
Great. That's
like
WCW paid for that one.
Yeah, they sure did.
Then they pulled the plug immediately after they signed the contract.
So Kirk was like, so you started out as like an office guy?
Website guy. I was doing the website, and then...
okay, so was Dean working with the HWA at that point to like get you into...
Shark Boy? Yeah, he was booking the shows, and he and Les were in charge of pretty much all the on-air, as it were, not on air, but in-ring public stuff.
Yeah.
And then, of course, GQ Masters ran the office.
Okay. People remember him from the MTV show.
He did all the money stuff. It was mostly his money that started the place.
Yeah.
His life savings, I think.
Jeez.
And so...
That ain't very smart.
No. Kind of like quitting college.
It wasn't smart either.
So, so Shark Boy and Les brought us in with open arms, and I'm kind of... I just kind of come in and take over. That's what I do when I go places. I just kind of get myself
in the middle of stuff I do.
And I just found myself getting more and more responsibilities over time. I ended up booking those showcases for a few weeks at least before I left there. They were doing these weekly kind of student shows sort of things, and I was writing those. And when I left, and then I just got tired of that. And you can.
I remember when I got my concussion and I was just kind of out for 15 months, just not really sure what I wanted to do. And I remember I was drinking beer with Pepper Parks and Chet the Jet Jablonski as Kirk fixes his shirt as it's unbuttoned and his hairy belly's looking at me.
Sorry.
Lord, this is a
certainly a real professional.
It is. Put the microphone up to
high standards.
Put the microphone up to your mouth, would you, when you talk?
Yeah.
I remember I was drinking over at Pepper and Chet's, and you stopped by and you said, "When are you gonna come back so I can book you?" And I remember thinking, "You're a nice guy, but who are you?" I didn't know who the heck you were.
And nobody knows who I am still.
I didn't know what you're
Because
doing.
you won't tell them. This is amazing that you're actually telling them who I am.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to release this one, but
Well,
I'm kidding.
I don't blame you.
Well, Kirk helped me a lot when I was first starting. When I, in the broke days of Cincinnati.
I think it's fair to say I discovered you. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, well, let's get into that. So after your HWA thing, you had a big falling out there,
I wasn't a big falling out. I just left in the
You
middle
just
of the night.
left, yeah.
In the middle of the night, I left a note on the desk saying I wasn't coming back.
and that was it.
That was it.
You
And
just
I
got
was done.
sick of.
I was tired of. There was a lot of negativity.
How long were you there?
A year.
1 year.
Yeah, about.
In 1 year, you just I'm out of here.
I started the 2000 Pillman show would be my first day, I would say. I really officially started, and then I left before the 2001 Pillman show.
Was Les difficult to work with?
Les is a difficult personality. So am I.
He has a strong personality as well.
Les is somebody who has opinions, and
So are you.
so am I. And but I wasn't as strong verbally and externally as maybe I am now.
Yeah.
Back then, he was so strong, and I really should have told him what I was thinking and how I was feeling more than I did, probably, but I just didn't.
You guys could have maybe worked it out.
Maybe. But I was done. And I thought I was done with wrestling. I really thought I'd had my taste of it, and that was enough.
So I have a good relationship with Les now.
Yeah. I would like to see Les someday. And
Hash it out.
Just shake his hand.
Just talk.
Thank him, really, for getting my start.
Okay, so then you left HWA.
I did, and I just was going to be done. And we had a friend named Taxi,
Yep.
who had also left over there. And he was
What a worker.
Oh my gosh, what a guy! Just
He
a
was on.
funny guy.
He was on the MTV stuff too,
Yeah,
wasn't he? But
well-
he wasn't really featured.
No, but you can see him on there. He was Cody Hawk's tag partner, and when I was there for that year, he and Cody Hawk were the tag champions, and they had amazing matches with Pepper.
What was his full name?
The Mad Taxi Driver, or Taxi Driver Mad Anthony McMurphy.
Yeah, man. If you guys get a chance to look him up, I don't think anything would even be on
Probably
YouTube.
not. Probably not.
He could really work his
He
butt
was
off.
good, and he's a big guy, and he was
Yep.
fast and solid, and took risks, and
He could go.
did some crazy things. He actually ended up wrestling twice on that 2000 Pillman show because somebody didn't show up,
Yeah.
so he got to go twice.
So those Pillman shows, would the guys get excited for those? Like,
Oh yeah,
because
WrestleMania.
that's like WWF and
Huge.
WCW.
I mean,
are all
especially that
coming
2000 one. That 2000 one was, Benoit Regal
in. Isaiah.
was that one. The main event I think was the
People
Hardy
still-
Boys and Edge and Christian. I think were on it. Maybe I don't remember.
That Pillman, that Regal and Benoit match is just.
best thing I ever saw live to this day.
That's what a lot of people say.
Yeah,
Even people say they tell people to study tapes that that's one of the matches that they.
it was real.
It's awesome.
I never doubted for one second that they were trying to hurt each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it was real.
It was
Headbutts,
awesome.
And hardway headbutt color. It was intense.
And it was in kind of like a grainy, it was kind of like a grainy footage or something. Like
Well,
you
I think it's on the Pillman DVD.
Yeah.
I think you can see footage of it there.
Maybe that was what it was.
Yeah.
And
If you've never seen it, you need to look for it.
And it's cool because it wasn't like in this huge arena.
No, it was in the basketball arena Xavier.
Yep. That's what's so
It was
cool about
huge. It was hot. It was so hot that day.
Yeah. Like as in hot, like temperature.
Like it was, yeah. And they ran out of water at the concession stand. It was not good.
Of course.
It was not good.
Independence.
Right.
Even though it's a big
Well,
independent.
I don't even know who was in charge. Probably, I think Xavier was in charge of that. But this was my first day. I really wasn't even working the show. I bought a
Yeah.
ticket. I just happened to start it right then. So.
Anybody
Anyway.
ever get signed from those shows?
For the Pillman shows? I think that Cody and Taxi and
That's Cody Hawk.
Cody Hawk and Taxi. I think some guys got some work like WCW, like Saturday Night,
Yeah.
squash stuff. I think they got noticed a little
chances.
bit. But no, there wasn't. It wasn't really about that. It was mostly about. Well, it was about Les getting less. Les wanted to get himself over a little bit, honestly, if you're looking at it. But also it was money for the Pillman family and. Big stars Kevin Nash was on there, and they did auctions, and it was a good time. They were great shows.
I two-sweeted Big Kev last weekend in New Jersey. Yep.
He worked for the HWA at the Grand Victoria Casino.
I mean, HWA was running those shows too.
Yeah, he did that. It was him and Mike Sanders and Sean O'Hare and Mark Jindrak.
I remember Mike Sanders. Mark Jindrak's a friend of mine now.
Yeah.
Never thought that would happen.
They
Remember
were
back then when I
they
saw
were-
him? He's on TV.
They were on that Grand Victoria Casino show. That was a fun time too. We had a couple of those. Jim Cornette came in
yeah.
and worked those. He yelled at me.
let's hear it. Give us a story, buddy.
So King
Come
Kong
on.
King Kong Bundy was wrestling, I think Rory Fox. I think. Maybe. I don't remember.
You're a counselor.
I am.
Come on, Counselor Hoot. That's what we'll call you.
In real life, that's what I am. One of my many things. That
Real life, you're a dickhead.
Well, okay.
Earmuffs, boys.
Yeah, we've got little kids in here. So we were at the Grand Victoria. King Kong Bundy was wrestling, and he had a mic spot after the match. I'd never been trained, brand new, and I just knew. And my job was to get the microphone down to the ring to Cornette.
Oh yes, this is getting exciting already.
I think I got two stories mixed up in my head right now because Cornette and Bundy didn't do anything together.
But
Anyway,
whatever you want to say.
Cornette was mad because he needed the mic for his spot, and I just walked down and started to hand him the microphone before he asked for it. Oh, he was so mad.
He
Exposing the business.
F-bombs on you?
Yeah. Afterwards I went back and apologized, and he was fine. He was fine.
That's so awesome.
But and I get it because I would have done the same thing probably now. We got a big show coming up here Sunday. And if somebody
I've
did that to
seen
me,
you
I
do
would
that a
the
couple
same thing.
times.
Yeah, I get a little intense.
One time, me and you were getting mad at each other, I remember, in Wilmington, Ohio, for some reason, and I smarted off to you in the back or something, and you said, "You can't speak to me like that. I'm the CEO of this company."
Well, I was.
He turned around and walked away, and I went, and he was really mad, and I started thinking, CEO's just a character.
Well,
my God, he lost his mind.
You know what I meant.
I knew what you meant, but
Mostly,
you also lost your mind.
I had lost my mind because I'm in the wrestling business.
But the funny part is, I knew you were mad at me, but then it took me 5 seconds to man, he's right. Okay, maybe I need to call. Hold on. What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, well, you were disrespectful.
That's right.
I'm sure of that.
You were the CEO of the
I am
company.
sure of that.
I was absolutely
I can't
disrespectful.
remember this story, but I am certain that you were in the wrong.
So you quit HWA.
I did, and I was done. I was watching Taxi wrestle for Roger Ruffin in the NWF.
So Taxi had gone over to NWF.
He had, and I was just hanging out with him. I'd usually ride up with him, and kind of was his,
NWF, HWA, for people that don't know, were always kind of like rivals in Cincinnati.
Well, it's just history.
Yeah,
Briefly,
go ahead.
NWF was the first. A guy named Johnny Diamond started the NWF, and they kind of got their start because, speaking of Jim Cornette, because Smoky Mountain Wrestling decided not to run Peel's Palace the day of the show. They had announced the show, and they decided not to run it. Something like that. I don't know all the details. I wasn't around that. But Johnny Diamond brought his ring down and had the show anyway at Peel's Palace. And that's kind of how they got. And they were drawing like 500 to 600 people.
I love hearing this history still.
Yeah. So then Roger Ruffin was a guy who would refereed and been around, and they needed a trainer because Les had left.
Yep.
Les was the trainer for Johnny. They didn't get along at all.
So Les was training NWF guys.
He was. And he left to start his own thing, which was the HWA, and half the crew went with him, and half the guys stayed.
Oh, that's real heat.
And there was another promotion named IWI that Jim Mott was also part of the NWF. He kind of did the same thing, but that was a much lesser. There wasn't much of an impact.
He didn't do nothing to his business, huh?
Not really. His son, they wrestled in Puerto Rico, Justin Sane.
That's nice.
He wrestled in Puerto Rico for
That's
a little
great. Nice territory. I'm back
bit.
now.
You are.
Get out of here, bro.
I've never experienced this dissociation like this outside of my office in the counseling business.
So when you're on the road for so long, you start losing your mind. I'm sorry. You're telling a good story.
It's all right. So anyway, so NWF is where it all started from,
Yeah.
and continues to this day. So we would like to say we're the first, the last, and the best because we're still here. And Roger Ruffin is the reason for that. So Roger was running the NWF shows, and Taxi was wrestling on them.
Yep.
And I was watching. Well, Taxi told Roger, he's not going to get involved, meaning me, unless you tell him to start doing it. So Taxi
wanted you on board.
He wanted me to do stuff because I think he saw that I had something to offer.
You're a smart guy to have around, though.
Well, I work hard, and I think I'm not great at any one thing, but I'm good at a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I think you're great at a lot of
Well,
things.
thanks. I'm handy to have around. So
You just got a daggum temper.
I do, but I'm mellower now. I'm less bitter than I used to be.
Next, keep on talking about your story. I'm
So-
not even going to comment on that.
Roger said, "Hey, will you go out to the truck and get the safety ties they needed to hold the cage together?" It was a cage match in Hillsboro, Ohio, between Jason Cross, not the guy that everybody knows from Georgia, a different guy, against Taxi.
A weirder guy.
Oh, bunch. Just saw him at Kings Island at Halloween time, and he said to me, "Brother, I just got punched in the face by one of the scare actors, and I tried to get something free out of it. And they gave me some fast passes, so I'm happy, but I was going to press charges."
Listen, the Northern Wrestling Federation is where I claim that they're the ones that taught me how to wrestle. Roger Ruffin taught me how to wrestle. He taught me the whole entire wrestling business. But when I say that In the 12 years I've been around the Northern Wrestling Federation, I've met some of the most fucked up sons of bitches in the business in the entire world. And I've wrestled and trained all over the entire world. Right there in Cincinnati, Ohio's got them all.
I always say if we put the stuff that happened in the back out in the ring, we would sell it Madison Square Garden. We don't really need creative.
And it's funny because, Raj is such a low-key, smart, professional wrestling mind, and he's...
Oh, he's crazy, too.
Of course he's crazy, but he's an amazing professional wrestling mind.
Yeah.
But there's just over the years, there's just been so many goofballs.
So many. I mean, we don't have time.
Many.
This is only a half-hour podcast that you have. There's not enough time. We'd have to have weeks and weeks worth to just go through all
That might actually be the first time we talk longer than 30 minutes when we talk about the NWF.
So anyway, he said, go out and get the safety ties. I went out and got the safety ties. That was my first official duty, and I've been there ever since, 15 years later.
But what did you start doing after? So you did,
I did that, and then in Dayton, Roger handed me a tape recorder back in the old days and said, hey, will you take this tape recorder around and get some interviews with the guys for the NWF hotline, which was, I think we still have it actually, 513-5884-NWF for those American fans who want to call. And
so you started out kind of as like a gopher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that,
Still
right?
am.
Well, no, you've moved up from that. You're not a gopher.
I'm not just the music man.
I would if I had a wrestling company, I would hire you. I wouldn't hire you as a gopher because you would just wouldn't want to do it.
No, not anymore.
It's like,
but I was new back then.
That's how you have to.
Whatever.
But that's what I want. That's what I guess what I wanted.
That's what you pay when you're not a wrestler and you want to be in the wrestling business. That's how you pay your dues.
That's what I want. That's what I was trying to get at. So because I think people think they want to start in the wrestling business and they can just do whatever they want, start however they want. You got to get in and you got
to send me a script
and you got to pay your dues.
I'm going to be a booker. How can I become a booker?
Yeah.
Well,
show up and work your ass off.
Yeah, have a 30-year career, then maybe you can run a show. Or just go out and buy your own ring, which is what happens nowadays.
Well, that sure could happen, too.
But anyway, so, yeah, I did that for a while, and I took over their website from Mike Reed, the Zodiac.
Yeah. Was that a good thing?
Me taking over the website? Yeah,
Was Mike keeping up on it?
He was doing the best he could with the tools he had.
But you're good at all that technical computer stuff.
I just have I have better tools, better resources. So I took that over, and then one day at Peel's Palace, I walked in my jeans.
Peel's Palace. Could you explain Peel's Palace?
Peel's Palace is a giant venue. It was a bar. It was a boxing venue
in Northern Kentucky.
It's probably most famous for Greg Page dying or almost dying in a boxing match, and not having a doctor on site, and it's a big legal controversy, and that's what Peel's Palace is probably known for. It was a dump.
Yeah,
I mean, they condemned the building. Before our last show there, they actually literally came in and condemned the building and said, you cannot be in here, it's not safe. But it was a great venue for wrestling because it had these lights above the ring, and it was dark, and you had booths and tables, and 500 people in there. And
it was a bar, so people could drink.
Yeah, and
that's always better for wrestling.
Yeah. And it was wild. People like Rob the Bomb Williams and Dozer used to incite the crowd on purpose so they could punch somebody.
Yeah, of course.
They loved that. It used to make me so mad.
Rob the Bomb is an interesting name too. He helped me out a lot.
Rob the Bomb Williams is a great friend to you. Yeah.
That reminds me of just real quick to get off, but the PWG venue is in the Legion Hall right now or something like that, and the people can drink there, right?
Yeah.
And it's a sweet, real intimate setting.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the best buildings in the entire world to wrestle in. It's so badass. But then there's times when PWG has moved to an armory.
Yeah.
And it's there's no drinking. There's no. It's big and it's open and it's lighted and it's just kind of loses something.
Misses something.
It's still a great card, but it misses something.
ECW Arena was famous not only because of the great stuff that they did in there, but because of the arena itself it was a character.
Yep.
The ECW Arena was a character. Peel's Palace in the NWF history, which is not nearly on the same level, but
for NWF,
for this area in terms of independent wrestling in Cincinnati, Peel's Palace was a character itself.
That's right.
So anyway, I showed up in my jeans, and Roger said, "Go home and get some dress pants. You're going to be one of our NWF officials. So
you're going to be the CEO."
You know how in the old days Vince would send out all the referees and all the guys in the suits, all the agents would go out and they would bring up fights, and they were Roger loved that, and he wanted that. So I was one of those guys, and
he still loves that.
Still loves that. We just don't have anybody to do it.
Yeah, well, he does it now, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's one guy.
Yeah, and a couple refs.
Nate Pelly, Snake the Snake Pelly.
He likes having Nate around because he's like an office guy.
Right. So Dozer threw me over. That was my first time in the ring. I was breaking up a fight between Dozer and somebody. Dozer, God love him, is gone now, but he was.
God rest his soul. What's that, boy?
They're almost scared.
I'm in the middle of an interview. You're asking about some Skittles. Get old daddy. Go get daddy an old cold beer, all right?
But you wake up beer.
That's right. I've already got beer.
So this is a smart kid you got here. So
go get your own Skittles.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but anyway, Dozer threw me over the top rope. I'd never been trained to take a bump at all.
Yeah.
And Dozer threw me over the top rope, and I
Did you hurt yourself?
Hurt my shoulder.
Well, you know what you're doing.
To this day, it still bothers me. I used to milk that all the time.
You know, I mean, when I first started at the NWF, we were doing. I
discovered you.
Now, tell me how did that come
Well,
about?
you actually, I think it was probably Ash Parker.
That's right.
Or Vegas.
It's the first time he gets put over on this podcast.
Ash Parker?
He keeps asking.
Oh, really? Well, there you go. Of course, it was for me.
Yeah, I tell him nobody knows who the fuck he is. Though. He goes, I was in the PWI. I was like, that's a long time ago, friend.
I was in the who's who of American high school students. That don't mean nothing either.
That's right.
That's about as real as the PWI is. So
that PWI ain't real. Take that PWI and shove it up your ass.
Ash Parker messaged me on AOL.
Yeah.
America Online.
I remember that.
And said, hey, I think Chad's ready to come back to wrestling.
Or wasn't it more like, hey, do you mind if me and Chad come down and wrestle in the ring or something?
Something like that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Because it wasn't like, I can tell you my story about it.
Yeah.
Quickly.
You lied to me.
I did. Well, I didn't so much lie. What do you mean I lied?
You made up a whole story about wrestling some indie show across from your house in North Carolina that didn't happen.
The more I think about that now, as I'm telling you, you're probably going, what an idiot.
Not then. No, I believed you then.
Well, now, right?
Because I've seen indie shows. I would let.
Of course,
shows let these two little boys on the show.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be that it was a good thing that I wrestled that show, and you're going to think it's a good thing. I remember when I did the college wrestling in college, right? Mars Hill College, we wrestled in the dorm rooms with our mats and stuff like that. I remember thinking, man, if I send a tape of this to Les, like, no matter what, it might not be as good, this and that, but he's going to go, that kid's an athlete. Thank fucking God I didn't send that tape to Les.
He would have had something to say about it.
So, guys, don't send no backyard shit in.
Don't send backyard stuff, please.
But I remember
don't send me any scripts saying you want to be a booker.
Well, I went down to me and Ash Parker went down to the WF Bone Crushers. We wrestled a little match, jumped in the ring, and I realized that I was going to do okay, that I caught on decently.
You guys actually had a really good match.
Yeah.
Because
I hadn't been in the ring in 15 months. I only trained for 3 months prior to that.
Here's why you're so good, and I don't want to put you over too much.
Oh, yeah, here we go. We like his part.
But you have always sold very naturally and very crisply.
I think I got better as I got.
You have gotten better, but you always had a natural knack at kind of selling with purpose.
There we go.
You know where to put your body when it's very natural. You flow with your physical stuff.
Keep going. What else am I good at?
That's about it.
But anyway, you invited me to. Anyway, hell.
I didn't invite you.
You're fired.
I said, here, sign this contract.
Well, yeah. Well, I came down on Sunday to look at the practice and just kind of feel it out. And you brought me this contract and said, "Oh, here you go, $500."
I negotiated to do a deal.
$500, $10 a week.
Because you'd already paid. Less.
I paid less
money.
I paid less $1,300.
So I said, Roger, he's already paid for training, and let's cut him a break. I think he's going to be a star.
Yeah, well, I
discovered you.
Yeah, that's right. He was right. You're a good kid.
It's about time somebody acknowledges that.
Well, this
my
is the
contribution
thing is,
to your career.
I wasn't 100% sure I was ready to come back. I was a little dizziness here and there, this and that, off and on. And you handed me that contract and said, sign it. And I went, oh, God.
And you did.
Here we go.
Now, here's what do you think would have happened if you had signed it and not come back?
I'd have been like all the rest of the guys.
Exactly. Nothing would have happened.
And hundreds of guys that I've met through the years. I was telling people that even in the New Japan dojo, I've met 50 guys, kids, that got a chance to come in and escape. Well, they escape.
They escape.
They're not allowed. They're not. You don't just leave. You leave in the middle of the night.
Oh, like I did with HWA.
Yeah, there you go.
Note on the desk.
There you go. So what were we talking about?
How I discovered you.
Well, that's right. Anyway, so as you got into the NWF, you just kind of continued just doing more stuff.
Boring. So I just did stuff.
But I like because people need to realize that there's other things you can do in professional wrestling without actually wrestling.
Here's what I would say that my contribution to the business in large has been, and I stole it from Dave Marquez, really. Dave Marquez, who's your buddy in L.A., was doing these like post-game wrap-up mic spot things with the spotlight on YouTube.
Yep.
And I liked that. I thought, oh, that's really neat. So I kind of stole that idea and started doing this thing called NWF Aftershock.
Yeah.
And that's probably the video side of what I've done is probably my favorite part of what I've done and the best work I've done.
Yeah.
That kind of recap stuff and the video packages and the stuff at Madison Theater we used to do.
You self-taught yourself how to edit, right?
Yeah.
I remember when you were doing all the camera stuff and you needed to edit your shit.
Right.
And you taught yourself how to
edit.
edit.
I bought Pinnacle Studio software and I just started figuring it out. I always had an interest in broadcasting. Even as a little kid, like I used to pretend to host TV shows during commercials and stuff.
You love Disney World.
I love Disney World. I'm 11 years old in a lot of ways.
Disneyland.
I've been to Disneyland a couple times.
Kings Island.
I love theme parks.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, Disney World.
Disney World, all the way.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Epcot or Magic?
It's so hard to pick. There's so many great things. But,
Yeah.
On my birthday, if I go down for my birthday, I'll pick Magic Kingdom on my birthday if I can.
Yeah. I like theme parks, but I've gotten to where I don't like the roller coasters anymore at all.
Dizzy,
I just
right?
get
you
too
still
dizzy.
have vertigo.
Yeah,
From that concussion from Derek Nyker.
I've just hit my head too many times in this world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I don't like roller coasters. I'm too fat to fit on most of them.
What did you say about that? Did you get on the Vortex one or something one
I got
time?
on the Beast, and it's like my spleen was going to rupture.
Oh,
They got to click this. The Beast is the longest wooden roller coaster in the world at Kings Island here in Cincinnati.
Let me explain this before you guys think Kirk's this big bumbling fat piece of shit. All right, he's 6'4".
The fans call me Shamu now when I'm out there managing.
Remember that one time when you went walking down to the ring and John Orlando's other guy?
Yeah, what did you send me this picture for the other day?
That's kind of, you don't get my humor by now.
They said that I was lumbering down to the ring. This guy that I gave a booking to, I brought him in from Columbus, and they're insulting me on the commentary. Like, I'm not going to hear it. I'm editing the commentary, dummy.
What's your Twitter? You want to promote that?
Sure, it's at Kirk Sheppard, my name, KirkSheppard. It's locked. I got to approve you, so I may not.
Yeah. Do you want to promote your?
I have a new blog. I have a new blog called Bitter But Better.
Yeah. See, you are better, son. But you said you've grown up and you've gotten better.
But I'm better. Bitterbutbetter.wordpress.com.
What's that? You right?
Wrestling stuff. I just started. I wrote a nice article about this guy named Karl Anderson.
Yeah, and that was a good one. Thank you very much.
Why
for
he's
that.
the best
I appreciate
wrestler
it.
in the world because I discovered him.
Well, I want to thank Kirk for all his help, of course,
done?
because he did help me. We're getting close.
Wow.
Yeah.
That went by fast.
Exactly, it goes fast. But we can't go longer because we suck.
Well,
this is the problem.
Nobody knows who I am.
Here's the problem.
You can't get real guests on this show?
Here's the problem why we can't go long, all right? A, Rocky's a dick.
Wow, yeah.
B, Rocky's a dick.
I haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah.
C, we suck.
It's kind of something. I listen and I think, what's the point?
Well, that is the point.
I do like the emails sometimes.
The emails are terrible. You emailers are idiots. That's why I don't read them anymore.
I will say this. Honestly, Gallows is really funny.
He's a funny son of a bitch, I know.
I don't know why you don't bring him around more.
I can't because he drives me nuts. I live with him, basically. I see him more than I see my family.
I know. I don't see him. I haven't seen you in 7 months.
You guys got to remember, funny guys like that are insane.
Well, sure. He's a genius, though.
He is. Oh,
he's a comic genius.
Absolutely.
I can't believe that somebody didn't figure that out and keep him under contract.
No, WWE blew it with him.
Yeah.
TNA blew it with him.
Yeah.
And I'm glad because we got him.
Yeah, he's great.
Because on top of him being an amazing personality that nobody ever used,
yeah,
he can work.
I'd forgotten he was Festus. I was looking him up, just trying to remind, and I was like, oh, I love Festus.
Yeah.
I love that whole angle, that whole gimmick.
I did too.
I thought that was great.
And that could have morphed into something cool, but I don't know. I'm not a writer. I don't know how that works up there.
You and everybody else, send me a script, everybody. You want to be a writer? Send us a
That's
script.
right. He
don't pay any dues.
Well, he's also 6'8" or 6'9". You know,
He's huge. Bigger than me.
Don't pay any dues. Just listen.
Just send me an email and say, hey, I got this great idea for this angle about some nonsense that doesn't make any sense. It has no psychology, but you're the first one to think of it.
Let's get Kirk going. Here we go.
Growing a wrestling writer in your basement, sitting in your lazy boy.
I've got a pretty good one about that too, though. When I did PWS in New Jersey recently, I had to go sign autographs. That was part of the deal, right? And I was sitting there signing autographs, signing 8x10s, and the guy that was signing 8x10, that was helping me sell the 8x10s, goes, "Why is Kenny Omega in the Bullet Club?" He's a complete dork, right? This guy.
Kenny Omega's great.
I know. I said, he's amazing.
Kenny Omega put over like a 7-year-old girl or whatever. That was awesome.
Yeah, Kenny's amazing. But I go, oh, it's just, awesome, right? And he goes, no. He should have been like you guys should have done like this. He should have been like the DDP when he almost joined the NWO, but then he swerved and he's this big baby face. That's what he should have done. And he's looking at me. He's looking right at me. And we're staring at looking at each other right in the eyes. And I go, I said, you're right. That's exactly what we should have done. He goes, I know. I know. I've been telling people that.
Yeah.
He just got to put those guys over because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, really, if you're that dumb, stay home. But if you think you got some talent and you want to contribute to the business, come help us put up the ring.
Keep your opinions to yourself. Turn them some bitches sideways.
Come hold a camera. We've got a guy that's been holding a camera for 15 years.
That's right. And he's
great at it.
He's a great hand.
He's a huge help.
That's Star Wars Matt. Star Wars Matt
3 times.
What's that? Star Wars Matt?
Yeah, he hit me 3 times.
He's been put over on this show.
I put him over in the ring.
I would too.
Absolutely.
Actually, I couldn't do that. I'm sorry, Star Wars Matt. I'll just give you gas money for taking me to the airport, but I can't.
No, he's a good help. But he's the kind of guy you want around. He has opinions, but he doesn't share them all the time.
No, he only with his friends.
Only when it's appropriate.
That's right.
He doesn't come into the office meeting when we're talking and say, "Oh no, you need to do it this way." He doesn't do that.
That's right.
That's how you need to be. You earn your spot.
Kirk, we're done.
We're out of time.
Thanks for coming on, fella.
Thanks for letting me see after 7 months.
Let's do a part 2 sometime.
I would love to.
Hey, boys, you want to say bye to the Talking Shop listeners? Say bye. Say bye. Boys. Caden, say bye.
I'm going to slice you.
He tells me he's going to slice me with a Ninja Turtle sword. As we're in the basement looking at my 70-inch TV.
Father of the year.
I'm out of here. Till next week, you sons of bitches.